Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sim's YouTube channel, and welcome back to Lone Oak Revisited. This is episode number 35, and I made a serious error in my video that I recorded and released just the other day. I said something to the effect that I didn't make very many videos on Lone Oak Farm. Didn't get into the harvest yet. We did all of that. It's funny, when I looked on YouTube to actually determine just how many videos I had made, I looked at the um, I looked at the playlist for Lone Tree Farm, and for whatever reason, it was only showing 7 or 8 videos, and somehow or another, the rest of them came unlinked. And hey, I'm a middle-aged old man. I could not remember that I had done all those episodes. I had recorded 30, I think 33 episodes or something like that, over the course of however long I played that map, and I just could not remember. So Billy Bob is starting cultivating, and yes, we are in game day 2, early spring. We're playing 6 game days per season, and obviously this is still Farm Sim 19. Jack is doing some maintenance work, and we are going to go and pull out our sprayer because we need to do some spraying today. And for whatever reason, it always jumps into the combine unless I come right over here. There we go. So we're in the sprayer, and obviously I know my garage kind of looks like a John Deere museum. Lots of green, but hey, I like it. I like the John Deere equipment, and that's what we've got here to work with. So we are going to spray our 2 winter wheat fields, which are right up here, right in front of our house and our barn, and get that started so that we'll have some healthy wheat coming in. And not sure really what all we're going to plant this particular go around. I think time will tell, and we'll figure that out as we get a little bit into the planting season. We'll kind of figure out what we're going to go with. Obviously, we're going to go with corn, and we're going to go with soybeans, and then we'll look and determine whether or not we want to maybe plant some canola or some more, if we need to plant some more wheat, something like that. Let me get this GPS set up and I'll be right back. All right, and we're off. Put down our bean, get our lines going here. It looks like part of this field may not need fertilizer. At least it's not turning dark here on the one half, but we'll just go ahead and run up and down the field anyway. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. Hope you've enjoyed um, the hope you've enjoyed your time with Farm Sim 22. If you haven't yet, I don't know when this video is gonna actually release. Um, well, it doesn't want to keep my track, so we'll just do this manually and try the best that we can. Um, Obviously, it's actually Friday again. I'm making a second video in the same day that I made the first one. Watch some more of the FS22 video content from a few folks. I'm seeing something that is, well, it's a little bit disheartening in a way. And what I mean by that is that watching some of the comments on some of the YouTubers that have early access to Farm Sim 22, a lot of the folks that are watching are being really critical towards both Giants as well as to the YouTuber for having early access, for being able to enjoy the game, being able to play the game a couple of days early. And I just don't get that. As a YouTuber, I guess I can call myself that. I know I've always kind of hated that phrase, that methodology of being a YouTuber, but we work hard, and even though I don't work hard enough to make Giants partner and get an advanced copy of the game and all that kind of stuff, it's still hard work. And again, I know that I have not released a video in um, more than a year and a half, something like that. Could probably maybe could have made Giants partner not if I wouldn't have stopped making videos like I did. But anyway, I'm not jealous that there are folks that have early access to FarmSim 22. I see it as an excellent marketing tool, both for Giants, obviously to their benefit, because I'm sure there was a lot of people that may have been holding out on pre-ordering the game until they basically saw some of the live streams. So it's kind of a good way for Giants to promote the game. It's a good way for us, the consumers, to evaluate whether or not we want to invest in the next iteration of Farm Sim or any game as far as that goes. And of course, this is not something that's unique to Giants. Um, every video game that interests me, anyways, and I'm talking about Farm Sim, Flight Sim, uh, ETS2, ATS, all of that. All of these, whether it be Microsoft, SCS, Giants, or whatever, they all do the same thing. They all pick some media partners, some folks that have worked hard to promote the game, and they give them early access. Now, whether or not they give them the copies for free or not, and I'm sure in most cases they are, they are free to these individuals, but also these individuals are also buying copies of their own and buying copies to give away and whatnot. But it just is the way things go. And a lot of people were complaining that, well, why didn't Giants release this to the previewers, maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then release the game perhaps on Friday so that people could have the opportunity to enjoy it over the weekend before they've got to go back to school, go back to work, whatever the case might be. And of course, with this particular iteration of Farming Simulator being number 22, um, if you haven't kind of figured out that, well, the release date is the 22nd of November, so that's most likely why Monday is the day that it's being released, and it really has nothing to do with it other than the fact that they were just trying to be funny with the numbering and the release date. But don't be cruel to the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers and whatnot that have been given the opportunity to showcase it, because these guys are working their rear ends off. Let me tell you, I woke up this morning and, of course, quite a few of the folks from the other side of the pond, like from Great Britain or from Europe, had already put out some content. But there were also some American YouTubers that already had a video, or maybe two, was already on a live stream. And I got up this morning about 6 o'clock Mountain Time, and these guys are going to be recording video content and streaming all weekend long. And again, I get it. I get that, if you've pre-ordered it, you want to be able to enjoy it, you want to be able to play it, and so do I. I want to be able to see, okay, what is all this about? How does this work? Am I going to be able to make any video content off of it now, or should I wait a little while? Whatever. I want to evaluate things. I want to do those things too, but I'm not going to hate on the folks that have been given this access. One person even sort of classified it as privilege. Well, I don't see that it's privilege, because all of these guys that have been given this opportunity, as I said before, they're working their rear ends off to do the live streams, to put out the video content so that you all can see this and you can make your determination as to whether or not you're going to pre-order the game or buy the game or give it a pass. You know, a lot of folks, I've seen a lot of people say, well, why, you know, I'm not going to pre-order, I'm not going to buy it right now because I basically have FS19 with all, you know, with access to all the mods that I want. So why do I want to go ahead and spend my money now? Maybe I'll wait for a month or two until things like Courseplay comes out and GPS mod comes out and, you know, follow me, whatever. And, you know, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I said in my return video, episode number 34, that, you know, I've made that mistake. All these other versions, I have basically, you know, wrapped up my gameplay on the previous version and kind of went into the new version 100%. And I really think that that's one of the reasons why I struggled with FS19 was because I gave up FS17 and I struggled with playing FS19 without any mods, without GPS, without Courseplay. And I just, you know, maybe call it a crutch, if you will, with the need of GPS to be able to plow in a straight line or spray in a straight line or whatever it is. But it's what I enjoy. It's the way I enjoy playing the game. And as I've said many times, there is no right or wrong way to play these games. It's however you want to do it. If you want to play with seasons, play with seasons. If you don't, turn it off or don't install it if it's a mod. But anyway, I'll step off my soapbox now. I need to get a drink of iced tea because I'm getting parched. And we will take this back around because we're not going to need the sprayer for a little bit longer. I'll just park this over here and we'll put it away later. All right. So what I will do though is I am going to run around here to the other side of the building, and I want to just take a look at that soil and see as to why this didn't want to take fertilizer. Maybe it doesn't need it. So this is fertilized 100%. And the stuff in the middle is 100%. Okay, so that's why it didn't take it. But I had checked it. I'd walked over here before I started recording and saw that this was like 67% and knew that that would be a good job to do. So anyway, that job is done. And we are going to now sell some milk and probably wrap up this episode. Still haven't decided, you know, as I said in the episode 34, the comeback episode, if you will. I haven't decided, you know, what I'm going to do. I don't want to set any expectations, and quite honestly, that's why I chose to return to YouTube, if you will, with Lone Tree, because I had been playing that off camera for quite some time and quite enjoying myself here. And I talked about some of the changes that I've made to the map in the previous episode. But I didn't want to start a new map on 19, and I didn't want to wait until 2020 until next week because I have some time now. And really that first episode was kind of about saying hi to everybody, letting you all know that, you know, A, I'm still alive, B, I am you know, sort of what my status was. I've retired now. So really, I mean, in truth, in all honesty, I suppose, I've got more than enough time to become a full-time YouTuber, if you will, although that's not going to happen because like some of you, and I know you can relate to this, you know, my wife keeps my honey-do list quite full of different chores and things that I need to do. And so I've probably, at the end of the day, I've probably got a little bit more free time than I had when I was working full time. But, you know, you'd be surprised at, you know, how much is involved in cleaning the house, cooking every day, you know, running all the errands that need to be done and those kind of things. I stay quite busy. I often joke and tell people that in some respects, and especially with some of the DIY projects that I have done over the last several months, I've actually been more busy being retired than I was when I was actually working 45, 50 hours a week. So there is that. So we're going to go up here to Hollister Stores, and let hopefully by the time that we get back and we put a wrap on this video, Billy Bob will be done cultivating that one field. And what I'm going to try to do over the next little bit of free time that I have before I record another episode is just kind of map out what our needs are going to be as far as what we want to plant. Obviously, corn is a king crop here in this area, and it's especially so true now that we have the capabilities of drying. And I think milk goes here. I think I remember milk going in here. So yeah, it's actually a king crop now since we can dry it. Obviously, soybeans are a good money maker. We still have soybeans from last harvest in the silo, so that will get sold at. And let's just take a look at that here. If we go in here, I think our soybeans are going to be, yeah, we've got a few more. Well, we need to get into summer. Game day 2 and 3. We'll be planning on selling those beans. Um, and then just see what else, maybe we'll do some sunflower, maybe we'll do canola, something like that. But $43,000, 42,986 on the sold milk, not bad. Keeping the greenhouses, I think if I remember correctly, the storyline that I had said in the a year ago when I was recording these episodes was that belonged to the wife and kid, kind of a project. That's pulling in about $10,000 every 24 hours, so that's been a good money maker. And plus that corn, the dried corn, we had about 600, almost 700,000 liters of corn that we had harvested because I had saved the harvest from the season before, and then this last season that I've been doing off camera. And we ran that all through the dryer and sold it, and made 500 and I think 550,000, something like that, off of the sold corn. And we've also been doing cotton on this map. I believe cotton is what I've planted in this big field here to my right, 49, and that's a pretty good earner for us. So lots to do, lots to continue to do with 19 before it really is put out to pasture, pun intended. And we'll gracefully, slowly make our way into 22 when we get access to it. Again, I think I mentioned at the top of the program that I've been watching more videos, seeing more of the functionality, and for me personally, and I'm not going to try to convince you, especially not without being able to show you anything on the screen. And of course, by then, you've already had the opportunity to watch a lot of YouTubers preview the game. But I'm pleased with my purchase. I'm pleased with the purchase. I'm excited about the opportunity. Obviously, it'll be more exciting when we get some mods, when we get things like GPS and Follow Me, which in my opinion should be base game, but they're not, and so no need in crying over the spilt milk, if you will. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put a wrap on this episode because we're about 20 minutes in and my voice is starting to crack up. And I will just say to you all, if I don't have another video that comes out after this one before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you in the U.S. Spend time with your loved ones because you never know when you won't be able to do that anymore. I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate your friendship. And if you're looking for mods for FarmSim 17 and 19, Don't forget about Simply Safe Mods. That's my mod hosting website that I created about 2 years ago, and we will be gearing up for 22. I have a feeling that some guys like CCS 101, some of those guys will be releasing mods for 22 on simplysafemods.com. So stay tuned for that. Take care, and I will see you all back here, possibly on Lone Tree, and we'll see you soon.